After Shrene gets torn in half and Yi-sung gets the full London experience of, well, getting stabbed, Samjo gets a call, and we realise that we've been tricked. Because it turns out all of this has happened as a diversion. Since while we've been here, apparently the Technology Liberation Alliance, which is what the terrorist group is called, has sent another attack that's even worse back at Dongrang's main laboratory. And after a few ominous comments, to say the least, we quickly run back, to which we just kind of awkwardly stand in the middle of it all happening. And just like how modern-day parents give their children iPads, we pick up I'm gonna kill myself. We decide to pick up a child's book to keep Don Quixote entertained. After all, we don't want another, situation happening. Don Quixote, I'm gonna fucking strangle you. Anyway, on to the book. The book tells a story about a little child who would go around and name all of the star constellations in the sky. However, unfortunately, this boy's family fell very, very sick and were going to die. And upon hearing this, the star constellations in the sky started pouring down magical water droplets that would heal everyone that hit them. And with that, the boy's family was saved, and well, that's the end of the story. You know, that kind of reminds me of the regeneration ampules used by K-Corp. So are you trying to say that they're made from stars? Huh? But I thought they were made from nanobots or something. Hold up, wait, why don't we just ask Yi-sung himself? There's no need for that. We should probably just get going anyway, since we're in quite a hurry. Then why are we fucking standing here? Anyway, after dodging more questions, Dongrang gets interrupted by Ryoshu, of all people. And she says, if we've already done what we were meant to do, then why should we actually follow him up to help him again with the raid? And in response, Dongrang says that Donbaek still has the golden bow. And after hearing this, she says that she'll sexually assault him. Oh, no, my bad, guys. She'll assail him. I really need to leave Sinclair to do all the translating, bro. Anyway, eventually we arrive where the fighting is happening, where we see that the HP ampule robots are now not only shooting us with DK ampules because they've been hacked, but they're also making the K-Corp staff start attacking us because they're threatening to release the fact they watch Yandere girlfriend beat you over the head with a frying pan ASMR videos. Which means we have to fight through the horde of completely, well, not really innocent K-Corp guards. So after we forcefully give them all STDs, we have to also fight through apparently Lobotomy Corporation branch people, to which we easily give them plastic surgery that looks terrible and is irreversible. Not to be mean. However, this is all stopped when oh, sorry, my phone is ringing. I should probably go pick that up. Are we not going to talk about his ringtone? Anyway, after we figure out that apparently Shrene left her computer on, where we get Mersault to check her computer, where we see that apparently she's wrote an email to Ron that's still pending. And this is what it says. Dear Miss Ron, I hope our plan goes well, so we can, live in a society where there's no technology. Please have, sex with me. Your friend, Ron. Oh, fuck, wait, I meant Shrene. Your friend, Shrene. Eggplant emoji. Water droplets emoji. And it's from this we kind of realise that the Technology Liberation Alliance is all about, well, believe it or not, liberating people from technology. But it's also pretty ironic how they build robots to get rid of technology. Anyway, I've been dragging this for too long. Let's just continue. After Dongrang returns from doing erotic roleplay over the phone, or probably something like that, we see these really tough-looking K-Corp security guards. So Gregor, like the good civilian he is, points out some people that need rescuing, to which Dongrang tells us that's left to the Class 1 staff. And Dongrang tells us that those people that we just saw are supposed to protect classified technology. So obviously we presume that the Class 1 staff are the best. But it turns out no, apparently they're the worst. You know, the more and more we learn about K-Corp, the more it's starting to remind me of, like, the main antagonist from the Lorax. Like, the similarities between Dongrang and the antagonist are uncanny. Anyway, after Heathcliff gets elite rage-baited by Dongrang, Dongrang tells us that Donbaek is at the very, very top of K-Corp and they need to go there. But on our way, ripping and tearing through the different enemies as we try and get up, we get stopped. How are you still alive? Oi, mate, you on about them robots you sent to us? Because if you're on about them, we folded them like an egg. Fuck. Do you mean folded them like an omelette? Yeah, I sure am. But that's not even the important part, mate. Because what you don't even seem to understand is even if we do go back to a time without any technology, you still won't be happy, you hippie piece of shit. You don't seem to understand. No, I don't. No, wait, fuck. No, actually, I think I do. Because you see, in this world, there are plenty of wankers out there who just don't understand things if you explain it to them nicely. Because it's blokes like them that only start empathizing with people like me once they get a few scars on their face of their own. I think I've had enough of hearing you speak. That's why I'm going to kill you. Well, I mean, I was gonna kill you anyway, but now I'm gonna double do it. I'd like to see you try. Yeah, not gonna lie, I did struggle with this level a little bit. So, I decided to redeem one of my guaranteed 3-star ID ticket things. And this is what I got.
승선을 환영한다, 신참. 튼튼한 몸뚱아리도 챙겨왔겠지?
Oh my god. Now, some of you may be asking, why did I even, include adding this into the video? Because I didn't even end up using her for the fight against Maril. And it's because this captain-looking Ishmael character that I got ends up becoming extremely important later on in the video when I'm fighting a different character. Some of you may already know who that is. But yeah, that was pretty cool, I guess. After we kill Maril, Ryoshu asks Yi-sung what the relationship between him and Donggrang are, to which he replies that much like my pet cat's testicles, they've been severed. And apparently it turns out that Donggrang was planning on giving Yi-sung a job at K-Corp, because Ryoshu saw an empty desk that was completely clean that had Yi-sung's name on it. And while we're on the topic of Don Quixote's worst nightmare, a job, we start talking about our current jobs at Limbus Company. And this is when we learn something really interesting, because it turns out, in exchange for joining their company, they all got given one singular wish that they could make true or something. I don't really know, but that's what it seems like. And as this goes on, I'm beginning to realize that it's mimicking the storybook that we gave Don Quixote ages ago perfectly. Okay, well, maybe not perfectly, but it's still, strikingly close. And this gets us thinking, what did Yi-sung wish for? And apparently Yi-sung just says that he just got in because it was raining outside and his feet hurt. Like, Yi-sung, it's a miracle you weren't kidnapped as a child. You can't just go around going into strangers' vehicles. Oh yeah, and also Faust got humbled by Ryoshu. So, yeah, that was pretty nice. However, this is all stopped when I see the next level. I can bring 7 units. And usually, that means something's about to go down. And this is what happens. Welcome to my screening room. Do you like it? What the fuck is that? Anyway, our good old friend Dombayek should be in here. Is what I'm seeing the meaning behind the regeneration ampules? To that question, you would be correct. Yes, welcome. You know, these regeneration ampules have saved so many lives, and you're still hellbent on trying to destroy them all. Those regeneration ampules can kill as easily as they can save. You know, I would be dead right now if it wasn't for Mr. Donggrang's amazing invention. I broke my neck while scuba diving. I would have been so fucked if it wasn't for them. And you're trying to take that away from everyone else. You know, to prove you wrong, I will jump in that pool of tears. Oh, Samjo, you really don't need to. I'm honoured that you would feel the need to do that. But you seriously don't. No, it's quite alright, Donggrang. I want to prove them wrong. Samjo, don't do that. Nope, you're too late. 3. Samjo, no, 2. Stop. Samjo. 1. Samjo, no, we go. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? I was kind of hoping he would last quicker. You know, looking back at it, I think I probably should have told him that the unrefined tears that make up the regeneration ampule basically act like acid in their unrefined state. What? He just died, straight up. didn't even make a noise. What kind of death was that? That was instant death, my friend. Now listen here, Dombayek. What you don't seem to understand is, I don't think you want a new life, free of technology. I think you just want to return to the past. Both of you stop this. I will not watch old feuds that I've already seen unravel happen again. Please just let us end this here. I agree. So yeah, this boss fight against Dombayek was actually really cool. I really like Dombayek's design with like the raincoat and the umbrellas. I think it's really clever. It also reminds me a lot of the song Weather Girl by Flavor Folly. By the way, if you're into Vocaloid, I highly recommend that song. I ended up dying a few times during this boss fight, but honestly, I'm so terrible that that's kind of bound to happen. But anyway, after switching out my Zhong's office rep, Ishmael, for Prequiod Captain Ishmael that I got earlier, I told you she'd come back. Yeah, I ended up winning. Anyway, it's a really, really good thing that this boss doesn't have a second phase, right? Shut the fuck up, bitch.
황금가지는 이제 돌려줄래, 동백?
무지함이 자랑이라고.
그리고 너는 약하고. 그리고 아직 내가 만든 기술은 소개해주지도 못했단 말이야. 그렇지. 오랜만인데 기술 낭송이라도 다시 할까?
오늘의 시청각 사료가 전송되었습니다.
그러니까 말해줘, 동백. 너의 절망은 어디까지 커질 수 있어?
So it turns out that the giant thing in the screening room is a giant eyeball. And when the giant eyeball cries, it produces the tears that make up the regeneration ampule. And it turns out the drones that we fought back all the way in episode 1 were actually supplying footage to the eyeball to make it cry. And not only that, it's been watching us since Canto 3 with Sinclair.
항상 그랬지만 쥐는 건 나야.
However, this is put to a halt when we get taken back to a flashback scene, where we learn that the mirror that Yi Sung built wasn't actually original and was based off of a character called Brother Yi... What was it? A character called Brother Young Ji's invention, which was called the glass window. And let's just say that this degeneracy was not what Brother Young Ji had in mind. However, there's one thing that's been happening throughout this whole entire episode. Dongrang has basically been taunting Dombayek by telling her things like, oh, she just wants to return to the past. And Dombayek has had enough of it. And amidst all of Dombayek's insulting and taunting, she does this.